The story begins with Thunderleg, a renowned hitman, arriving at his hideout. He discovers a note offering him a fee to assassinate Charlie Way, an infamous fighter. Thunderleg, determined to accomplish his task, travels to Way's location and notifies him of his mission. Despite Way's desperate counteroffer to pay double, Thunderleg declines. They fight, and Thunderleg kills Charlie Way. The scene moves to Master Wong's martial arts school, where he observes his students practice. He needs to travel and leaves his assistant, Kai, in charge. During training, Master Wong's son, Freddie Wong, mocks Kai. Kai reminds Freddie of the value of respect and attempts to punish him, resulting in a fight in which Freddie humiliates Kai in front of the students. The next day, while eating lunch with friends at the market, Freddie bets them that if they buy him dinner, he will make a girl he notices hug him. He tosses an eel at her leg, prompting her to yell and hug him naively. Her mother notices and confronts Freddie. The woman fights Freddie with her extraordinary martial arts and kung fu skills. Freddie swiftly surrenders the fight after being defeated and outmatched. Later, on his way home, Freddie encounters Jerry Lee, Mr. Lee's son, attempting to buy a jade piece from a vendor. Jerry refuses to pay, breaking the jade and threatening the vendor. Freddie intervenes, fights Jerry, and ensures the vendor is paid. When Freddie returns home, he is surprised to find the woman and girl from earlier in the market, who are revealed to be his aunt and cousin. They inform his father about his actions, and Master Wong prepares to punish Freddie. They are interrupted by Mr. Lee, Jerry, and their security guards. Mr. Lee asks that Freddie be punished for fighting Jerry, who refused to pay the vendor. Master Wong is prepared to chastise Freddie even more, but his aunt recommends another strategy. Freddie's aunt proposes the complainants fight him, and Freddie does not fight back. Chow, one of Mr. Lee's security guards, volunteers to fight and attempts to strike Freddie, but fails. Freddie easily overcomes Chow, mocking him and Jerry. Mr. Lee leaves with his son in security, promising vengeance. Master Wong punishes Freddie severely in martial arts and delegates supervision to Kai. While Kai is distracted, Freddie's friend Tao helps him cheat. Master Wong finds Freddie cheating and chooses to get him more rigorous training from his uncle Beggar So. The next day, when Freddie begins his punishment, Tao assists him in cheating again and warns him of Beggar So's stringent training methods, leaving Freddie concerned about what lies ahead. Freddie flees home and is impoverished and hungry. He stops by a restaurant, joins a gentleman eating alone, and orders a large meal. He finishes all of the food and tries to leave the restaurant without paying. Gorilla, a massive bouncer, and other waiters severely beat Freddie to make him pay. Freddie meets Beggar, so by coincidence in the restaurant, who defends him against Gorilla and the angry waiters. They leave the restaurant, and Freddie is surprised to discover that he has unintentionally met his uncle and harsh drunken master, Beggar So. Freddie tries to flee from Beggar So, but he catches up with him and fights him. Freddie's martial arts abilities are no match for Beggar So, who forces him into his rigorous training program. The following day, Freddie starts his first day of extensive training with Beggar So. The activities are too much for Freddie, and he criticizes Beggar So for his teaching methods, but Beggar So dismisses it, claiming it is only the first day. During the night, Freddie attempts to flee, but Beggar So has techniques in place to stop him. Freddie continues his training with Beggar So and pretends to drown in one of the pots. Freddie deceives Beggar So, traps him inside one of the water pots, and flees. Freddie discovers a hideout spot and begins to dry his clothing. Thunderleg meets with Freddie and chases him away from his hideout spot, but Freddie declines. Thunderleg attacks Freddie, beating and humiliating him before destroying his clothing and chasing him away. Freddie leaves the hideout in disgrace and goes to Beggar So, where he decides to commit to training. Beggar So is at first cold towards him, but they gradually reconcile. The next day, Beggar So and Freddie begin acute wrist martial arts routines. Freddie was in so much discomfort that after the exercise, he couldn't eat with his chopsticks. Beggar So assigns Freddie more martial arts training that includes transferring water with small cups. He pretends to be distracted, and Freddie cheats. Beggar So gives him the same task using even smaller cups. Beggar So teaches Freddie some wrist fitness exercises by cracking a walnut. Freddy struggled with the exercise, but completed it successfully. Freddy and Beggar so head to the market and join a crowd on the street playing three-cup Monte. Beggar so wins the bets multiple times, and a member of the audience tells him to leave, but he refuses. He decides to play one more round, assuming he has more money to win. The operator, Ironhead, uses a sleight of hand to manipulate the game and deceive Beggar. Beggar recognizes that the game has been rigged and confronts Ironhead. A crowd member misleads the crowd into believing that the police are approaching, and the crowd disperses. Ironhead snatches Beggar So's money and starts to run, but Beggar So catches up to him. Freddy confronts Ironhead, and they fight. Ironhead attacks Freddy with his immensely hard head, but Freddy eventually overcomes him with iron hammer knocks. Beggar So gives Freddy more intense wrist exercises till he starts complaining. Beggar So asks Freddy to get him more wine at Ruyi's eatery. Freddy eats some of the money for the wine and fills the bottle with water. Beggar So experiences withdrawal symptoms from stopping drinking. Ironhead brings King of Sticks, a kung fu master, to avenge him, and he begins fighting Beggar So. Freddy interrupts the fight and delivers Beggar So his wine, but he notices it is diluted with water. When he sees Beggar So receiving many kicks from the King of Sticks, he devises a plan to allow him and Beggar So to flee. They hide and Ironhead and King of Sticks leave. Later that night, Freddy apologizes to Beggar So for diluting his wine, which caused him to lose the fight against King of Sticks. Freddy also criticizes Beggar So's teaching methods and wrist exercises. Beggar So tells Freddy about his sought-after secret martial arts style, the 8 Drunken Gods. The style is a sort of drunk kung fu named after the 8 Shans, and Beggar So shows the various techniques. Beggar So gives Freddy wine, explaining that it will help him perform better in this kung fu style. Freddy learns 7 of the 8 styles, except the feminine drunken Miss Ho. Mr. Lee confronts and threatens Master Wong for meddling in his business arrangement. Out of rivalry, Mr. Lee hires Thunderleg to assassinate Master Wong. Freddy encounters King of Sticks at his school during his birthday party. Freddy mocks the King of Sticks, which causes a fight. Freddy wins using his freshly learned drunk kung fu style. He brings barrels of wine to Beggar So to celebrate. Freddy discovers a letter from Beggar So notifying him that his training has come to an end and urging him to return to his father. Freddy is saddened and disappointed by the news. Master Wong is beguiled to leave his school and meets Thunderleg. Thunderleg informs Master Wong of his mission, fights him, and injures him. Freddy arrives just in time to intervene. He is astonished and upset to see Thunderleg again after their prior encounter at Thunderleg's hideout. Beggar So appears and offers to only watch and not meddle with the fight. Beggar So gives Freddy wine, and the fight starts. Despite being drunk, Freddy outwits Thunderleg at every turn. Freddy uses his drunk kung fu skills to overcome Thunderleg's kicking style. Thunderleg uses his secret technique, the Devil's Shadowless Hand, which is too swift for Freddy to defeat. Freddy admits that he did not master the last style of drunken kung fu, and Beggar So instructs him to combine the 7 styles and make his version of the last form. Freddy follows the instructions and develops his own drunken Miss Ho style, which he utilizes to overcome the Shadowless Hand and ultimately defeat Thunderleg. The film ends with Freddy reconnecting with his father and Beggar So.